Hello, Scorpio. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Bonefire Tarot by Gabby Angus West. Yep. And the supportive oracle cards, Wisdom of the House of Night. On the back here above, the barcode is who created those. But if you look for them on Amazon, you can easily find them. And, of course, the name of the artists. I think there's two of them there, right? Illustrated by and designed by. Yep. So there you go. This is going right through the center. This is Scorpio. That's a really good ending card. None of them are bad so far. Well, you got Forbidden here. What do you got Forbidden here, Scorpio? What's going on with that? All of these are face down. Alright, what are you dealing with? The Sun card is at the bottom. I almost kind of... Alright, the Sun card, the Six of Swords... Alright, Scorpio, are you going to keep it, or is it something you're going to move on from? Let's find out. The Moon card is also pushing out. You got a lot of energy forcing itself forward. And I feel like that's what they're saying, like something you really very much enjoy, where there's an air of mystery with it. Something might be kind of moving on, but it might be for the best. It might be for the best. Let's see. Let's just see what era this is coming in, because I feel like something's been in motion for a while. Something's been coming for a while. You've been actively participating in something, and there's a history with it. Like, it's been going on for a while. This feels like it's a long-standing effort. Like, this might be a job you've been at for years. A person that, a friend. It's either a job or a friendship for most of you that's been around for years. You put a lot of effort into it, and sometimes you're the one like keeping it in life support. You're constantly putting in the effort, you're constantly giving to the situation. Sometimes you're kind of like, I feel like I'm doing everything and nobody's doing anything else. It's one of those situations that you're the one keeping it alive, and you're kind of like, well, I don't want it to go away, so I guess if I don't want it to disappear, I gotta keep it going. Reminder reversed is in the environment. You're putting in a lot of effort, but whatever you're dealing with, be it a person or situation, for some of you, I really do feel like it's a job thing. It's like people aren't thinking about what you need. The reminder reversed is telling me whatever you're dealing with, like, they're not considering or not even addressing what you need out of the situation, and not really getting that, like, if they expect you to stay, sooner or later they have to give back. Because right now I feel like it's imbalanced. But at least in the past part, it's imbalanced. You give, you give, you give, you give. And you like the situation for the most part, but it feels like you're the one constantly giving, and it's just not coming back. And it's not. And the other side doesn't seem to be clicking in like they need to, whoever this is. Oh. Alright, so... This energy that's not giving back to you, it only goes so far. Ironically, I feel like that energy is leaving. And my first thought is, fools. Like, this energy is walking away from you. Instead of realizing that they just got to give back to you and put more in with you, it's letting go. Success is there, but I feel like the success is for you. I feel like this, whatever this was, a job or a person, I feel like for some of you it's definitely a friendship. For some of you it's a job. Like, job and friendship, I'm getting the strongest. It's a general read. It doesn't have to mean it's confined to that. But it's either a friend that's like cutting out and just going, and just like you're not seeing them at all anymore, or the job is like ending, or like something is ending with the job. Like, it's time to move on. For those of you with the job too, it doesn't have to mean that your job is ending or like you're getting fired. It could be the person that you're dealing with directly, like either a supervisor or a coworker, could be even somebody under you, whatever. They're leaving. This is somebody that you're constantly having to help, constantly. And that energy is leaving, and it's actually good for you. Success is here because they're leaving. Like, they're not appreciating what you're doing for them. And I'm also seeing the forbidden here when this moment happens. Like, there's nothing you can do to stop it. Forbidden is telling me that you can't change what's happening. There's nothing in your realm that you can do. Like if they're in the car and they're driving away, like you can't go running after the car begging them to stay. I don't think you would do that anyway. But like you can't, like, what are you gonna do? Slash their tires? Like you can't do anything. They're gonna go. They're gone, and there's nothing you can do to stop them. I'm also seeing you after the fact. Whenever this energy moves on, you still seem to be keeping up some effort to keep it going. With the Page of Coins, it's kind of like you're having a hard time stopping, is what I'm getting. So something after this energy moves on, you're still taking care of a responsibility that's left behind from this situation, almost like the friendship connection, almost like you were helping them with their lawn, and you're still helping them with their lawn even though they've moved, and you're like, wait a minute, this doesn't make sense. Or, you know what I mean? Maybe it's a friendship and you were helping maybe a relative of theirs get a ride to work or something weird like that. You're giving somebody a ride to work. That came out randomly, but there you go. But it's kind of like, I don't have that connection with that person anymore. Why am I still doing this? It's one of those things where you're kind of like, I'm having a hard time stopping, but I need to stop. And I do feel like you will. So this energy moves on. You're having a hard time stopping, but you are. Because it's time to let go. It's kind of like, well, my connection here is gone. I shouldn't be doing this anymore. So whatever it is you were doing for this energy, you are kind of like, well, wait a minute. I shouldn't be doing this anymore. I'm going to pull out. I'm going to stop. Now, you got the King of Cups on your side. But I'm seeing in the environment, like, you're going to realize this person learns after the fact. They learn after the fact, which is really, I still feel it's good for you. I really do, because you're not doing for them anymore because they're not around anymore. You're not connected to them anymore. They're realizing that, you really helped them a lot after the fact. But now, they moved on. Whatever they did to move on, there's no option to go back to what it was. And they're realizing the hard way how much you really helped them. They're realizing the hard way that they really should have, been more grateful for that, is what I'm getting. It's almost like this hard, like, when you have what's that saying? The hard knock life, going through old school, but it's like the hard way, doing something the hard way, figuring it out the hard way, learning the hard way. You're helping this person, you've helped them, and you're helping them realize now that, they should have really been more thankful and kind of worked with you a lot more, because what they had with you in the past they can't have now. They can't have it. I feel like they can't have it, and now that they don't have it, they miss it and they can't get it back. I actually feel like whatever this is, whoever this person is, whatever connection they have, they can't come back, they can't repeat it. But I'm getting like this playful energy comes back between you and whoever it is. There is some sort of communication. You're not able to help them. Ironically, I feel like you kind of want to. Whatever this is, I feel like you kind of want to, but the Eight of Swords is telling me you really don't have the ability to, but it's not that you can't, it's realizing that you really shouldn't be. And it's kind of like, it's kind of wanting to, but not being able to. For this card, I know that might sound a little strange, but that's what I'm feeling. Like I don't really feel like you can. Ironically, in this version of this card, it looks like this person is literally tied up to where they can't get untied. So that's interesting way. Usually in the Eight of Swords card, it's a trap card. There's like usually you just have to free yourself from it. And freeing yourself from it is not feeling bad for this person anymore, realizing they're on their own life path and they're learning the way they best can. It's what helps them the most at this moment. They have to learn. We all have our moments of learning the hard way. I know I do. So sometimes you get the best lessons from the hardest lessons. Not that it's fun, but it's effective. I do feel like your heart goes out to this person, whoever it is, whatever it is going on. You feel bad for them because they're really feeling bad. They're really hurting. They're heartbroken because they have to do everything themselves now. And they kind of took some things for granted and didn't realize it at the time. And now the reality is they're realizing they're going to have to pick themselves up and do it the way they should. You're not able to get in there to help them. I do feel like there's a positive energy between you and this person or situation, whatever it is, because it kind of came around full circle. And you're just like, yeah, I know I did a lot. Yeah, I know you didn't appreciate it. Well, I would, and it's funny because part of you is like, I would help again if I could, but I just can't. there's something blocking you from actually doing it. So you're like, well, it's the best I can do. I feel like this is showing you your worth. For those people that are kind of like, does this person ever, or is this situation ever going to realize how much I bent over backwards to help it? How much I put into this? How much I kept it alive? Are they ever going to realize? They're going to realize. And I do feel like this is a very positive thing. I don't know how you're feeling watching it. This is soul growth for this person. This is what's helping them. This is how the lesson has to come through so that they truly learn it. And the fact that your energy is not, I don't feel like you're upset, really. I don't feel like you feel like you've been used. I don't feel that energy anyway. I mean, the comments below will let me know, because y'all let me know. I know you will. But it's kind of like you helped this person, like the way they said, because you gave them so much, and now that they have the lack of it, it's the hard way of learning things, but it's going to be very effective, and it's going to have long-term benefits for them. It's hard for them, but don't we all go through these hard times in life? I don't know, especially because your energy is not negative. I feel like it's very positive, and you're very kind of like sympathetic to their needs, but you're also kind of like, I'm way over here, you're over there, I can't do it for you. I can't do it for you. I mean, I can tell you how I did it, but you still have to do it. I think that the fact that you have a very positive energy to this, it just doesn't leave a negative taste afterwards, and you're both moving on from this moment, realizing that you were very valued after the fact. At least it happened at some point, and they're learning the hard way of like what that's like. So it's a good thing. I do think it's a good thing. All right, I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.